Afternoon, guys. I'm Dave Canterbury with the Pathfinder School. And what I want to do today was start a new playlist called Pro Tips. And I could call it Instructor Tips, Pathfinder School Instructor Tips, something like that. But Pro Tips is short, sweet, and to the point. They'll be short, quick segments, 2 to 4 minutes long, that will show you some type of tip or trick to help you affect your survivability. And I got this idea from Panteo Productions this weekend. We shot for 5 days out here for their Make Ready to Survive DVD series that will be soon available online as well as in some box stores and retail locations. And we did a lot of pro tips during the DVD shoot that they will use for just short trailers, advertising segments, pro tips for other websites and other areas on the internet, including the Pathfinder School. So I thought that was a really cool idea when we were shooting them, and I thought today I'd start with one pro tip, and then we'll just build on those pro tips and make a playlist of nothing but those short videos of pro tips. So I'm going to show you one today. It's a little bit of a combination deal, but I think you'll get a kick out of it. Stay with me. So what we've done is we've made a quick fire lay of sorts from one stick here without having to split the stick down. We have taken about a 2-inch piece of tulip poplar. We've scraped the bark into a bird nest type configuration or nest of tinder. We have created some kindling here with fine curls and pieces of bark, and then we have the stick itself as fuel. So we've given ourselves the 3 elements that we need to start a fire on this one stick. And we could cut this off at that point and lay this down on our fire lay, or maybe make 2 or 3 of them for our fire lay initially. In today's pro tip, we're going to take a lighter that's out of fluid and show you how to make fire with it. So we can see that this lighter now has a hole drilled into it and has no fluid. What we need to know is how can we make that lighter create a flame, an open flame that we can use to ignite tinder. To make this concept work, we have to do a couple of things. Number one, we want to remove the child's safety on the top, and that's really as simple as prying it off with your knife and popping it out of there. Just like this. Once we remove the child's safety, what we're going to do is we're going to use the lighter body as our fuel for the fire. So we're going to take our knife and begin to scrape shavings from the lighter housing with the spine of our knife and make a pile of plastic shavings about the size of a 50-cent piece or a quarter. Once we've got our pile of shavings, we're going to use our lighter to get some magnesium off of the ferrocerium rod in the lighter so that we can add it to this mixture to make it more highly combustible. By pushing down on the striking wheel and moving it back and forth slowly, we will start to remove combustible material from the ferrocerium rod, magnesium and other metals. And they will collect in the top of this lighter, and we will then bang them out. In this case, I'm using a white piece of paper so that you can see that minute dust that we're gathering up. This process takes the longest, and you need to do this for a good 3 to 5 minutes to make sure that you have a good amount of ferrocerium material to ignite with your sparks. But you do not want to wear the rod completely down because the lighter still needs to spark to give you ignition. Now we could have been dumping this black dust into our pile of plastic the entire time we did this process, but I'm trying to show you exactly what each component looks like so that you can see it. Okay, I brought this dust over on this piece of paper. Again, more for visual than anything else so you can see it. And we're just going to put that dust on top of this plastic material. We have a small pile of that black dust right there, so that's going to become our target area. Now, I think you can see in this picture the gray ferrocerium material in that pile of plastic, and I brought over our piece of wood that we had that's got our tinder bundle and our shavings on it and things like that, because once this flames up you probably won't be able to see the flame. I brought it into the shade hoping that you'd be able to, but plastic burns a pretty clear flame. Now we're just going to use the sparks from the lighter to ignite this. Just like that. Guys, I'm Dave Canterbury with the Pathfinder School, and that's been our pro tip for today. I thank you for your views, and I thank you for your support. I'll be back with another video in this series as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.